Hello everyone, my name is Poke. Many of you know me as the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. This is going to be my first Bastion Rework reaction video for Overwatch 2.
Bastion is getting a big rework for Overwatch 2, and the team is really excited about his changes.
Look-wise, we updated and modernized his appearance with the use of sleeker, more modern materials. We also
like
gave him a hat to help him stand out
cosmetics.
and to add an extra touch of character.
Nice.
So going through Bastion's abilities, well, for starters, he no longer has his self-repair button at all. It's just gone. Instead,
Okay, no self-repair button. This is crucial. Now you can't play more only solo. Now you have to rely mostly on heals. So with that being said, maybe we'll see another Bastion and Ana combo. But what I mostly want to see is Bastion and Mercy combo. Think about it. With the power boost and the constant heals, what more can you ask for? I'd rather see more Bastion and Mercy combo than Pharah and Mercy. I think it's time for a change. What do you guys think?
now has a brand new ability that's bound to alternate fire. This ability fires a projectile that can bounce off of walls and stick to players, and it does a ton of damage, has a really big radius, it's super fun to fire.
Okay, do you guys see that? When he fired a thing on the ground, right? He's like a jumping radius right there. That's pretty cool. Interesting.
And it does a ton of damage, has a
It's
really
like a
big
splash
radius,
damage.
it's super fun to
It's kind of like grenade kind of thing, grenade launcher, and it pipes and it just explodes. I like that. It's pretty neat. Would that make Bastion more interesting? It would, but it's again, like I said, it's not going to be as solo friendly. You have to play more as a team and rely more on heals. Is that better than the replacing the self healing? You know, who knows?
His recon form weapon has changed significantly as well. It now has no spread at all, but has reduced fire rate to compensate. This lets him poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo-sniper, kind of like his recon form theme is always kind of meant to be.
That's pretty huge, consisting, like, you know, for example, like players like Soldier 76, which can shoot far. This making Bastion a little bit more versatile than constantly sticking to the minigun, and then trying to shoot all the way across the map. So this is interesting too.
For his ultimate, we completely changed it up. He no longer has this tank mode, he instead goes into a new artillery mode.
You then get to choose 3 points to call down an artillery strike anywhere on the map within the ability's timer.
Now
That's
finally,
interesting. Okay, so now it looks like it has like this thing called what's that, like a mortar strike a little bit, where it goes up in the sky and then you can kind of launch it down. Kind of similar to like what Call of Duty how's it play. Again, you know, switching completely from the tank version to like a mortar strike, aiming towards the sky. Now, for example, Bastion mains who want to, you know, rocket jump onto higher objectives, that's completely cancellation for them. What I'm really curious that, like, if again we go back to completely the beginning of, you know, how this part,
a ton of damage, has a really big
you see it
radius.
drops and then it kind of explodes in. What if it happens if you drop it kind of similar to like right in front of the Bastion? Do we think that the Bastion can jump using that type of explosion? I don't know. Like that's something that I'm very curious to know about. Anyways, let's go back to
It's super fun to fire.
like that.
His recon form weapon has changed significantly as well. It now has no spread at all, but has reduced fire rate to compensate. This lets him poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo-sniper, kind of like his recon form theme is always kind of meant to be. For his ultimate, we completely changed it up. He no longer has this tank mode, he instead goes into a new artillery mode.
You then get to choose 3 points to call down an artillery strike anywhere on the map within the ability's timer.
Another thing is, I wonder how much damage that's going to do. You know, like if you hear the artillery is coming towards you, maybe you can run away and not take as much damage. I was just curious about it, but anyways, keep playing.
Now finally, something we think you'll all be excited about. While in Sentry form, Bastion can now move, albeit at a reduced movement speed. We've also changed the ability to have a cooldown.
Is Overwatch finally trying to be like Team Fortress 2 Heavy and be mobile. I mean, this is something I've always been stressing about. Like, one of the main reasons why I never main Bastion in Overwatch is because of its mobility. I never really cared for playing Brass Beast Heavy in Team Fortress 2 because it's so still, and you leave yourself very vulnerable. No matter how powerful the gun is on the Bastion, if you're mobile and you just, it does so much work. Like, you can kind of just like control the whole area and ground and do so much more things rather than just being place put and be just like a sitting target. You know, like when you see a target, you can just take splash damage, you can get shot from far. It's just not really fun. And plus, when Overwatch took away the crit hit for the headshots, that's kind of a huge downgrade too.
Now, this lets us keep it super strong since you can't use it all the time.
Okay, wait. Now you see on the left-hand side, there's a cooldown section, right? That is kind of a huge nerf to what the ability should be. What I would like to see, okay, if you're gonna put a cooldown, yeah, you can actually put a cooldown meter, like for example, like Fortress Forever. Whereas, like, if you hold the mouse one button down, the thing will overheat, right? But if you tap the mouse one, you can kind of control the cooldown effect, and you kind of let the gun run at the same time. You know, another nerf would be, instead of cooldown effect, would probably be like, for example, making the minigun weaker. I think, like, you know, I know miniguns are supposed to be strong and everything, but if you make it weaker, it could be a better thing. Would that take away majority of what other things, like for example, like the recon mode, right? Where it has the Bash has the other gun where you can kind of shoot fire. The majority, probably gonna see more people using the sentry forms. Yeah, it would. It would for a sake that if we take away the cooldown. With the cooldown effect, it's gonna take away Bastion to kind of use the minigun smart. Would I want to see maybe more combo plays where we can? Like, we can do, like, maybe, for example, Lucio, when he drops the beat in, like, that would give you an overshield, right, on the Bastion, I can just completely do something. Or, for example, if you want to do, like, Zenyatta play, kind of like how, like, for example, Quick Fix Heavy in Team Fortress 2, you can go in and just kind of just do stuff with mobile, yeah? But, or Nano Boost Bastion. I think that'd be pretty deadly. Anyways, that has been my Overwatch 2 Bastion rework video. My overall opinion about it. It's a start, I want to say. It's a start where I want to see how Bastion always should have been since Overwatch got first released. One of the biggest changes that Bastion needed was his mobility and sentry form. That's what it was. From the time from Overwatch 1. I'm not sure why it takes him they're doing Overwatch 2 and not pushing it already to Overwatch 1. I mean, I really would appreciate them doing Overwatch 1 and starting it, but, you know, what can I say? It's an Overwatch 2, and something that I look very forward to and play in the future, and we'll see. Hopefully I'll mean it.